Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. It is episode 10. Oh my gosh. I'm like really proud of myself because the last knitting podcast that I had lasted for 5 episodes and now I've doubled it. Yes! Ah! I think I'm just a bit hyped up because I did my little dance and that made me like really energetic despite the grueling week I've had for the past 5 days. So yes, I think last episode I spoke about that as well, that I switched to Fridays because I think my AC is on. So chotomate. So, yes, as I was saying, what was I saying again? Yeah, I switched to Friday because I started editing and then like this schedule kind of like got all fluffed up. But I don't think it's a good idea to be filming on Fridays because, it's a struggle getting through the week. Like, we have 90 minutes classes and I have 8 classes, so it isn't that bad. I know if people have 14, so gosh, but yeah, it's been really rough, especially going from not having any classes to actually like having classes and having to, having classes physically, having to go there and having mandatory attendance because where I come from, we don't do that stuff. Like, we barely ever have mandatory lectures. Basically, it's all up to you whether or not you're gonna come or not. And here you have, like, mandatory attendance. And, yeah, I just have been feeling overwhelming fatigue when I'm in class. I just think it's the environment of just being around a lot of people that really, like, the mentor style like sucks out the energy, and I'm like literally almost sleeping like this. Like, I'll be in my class with like, I'll have my head like this and I'm just like in another dimension. So yeah, they're just a couple of things that I struggle with in terms of classes. I'm also doing like a couple of extracurricular things, mainly just exchange conversations. So I'll just go to, like, for instance, it's usually like 1.5 hours that I'm speaking Japanese or actually doing like an exchange, speaking English and then speaking Japanese for like half of the time. So yeah, that has, it's just like very busy basically, and so towards the end of the week I'm just like kind of drained. But despite that, I'm still here. I'm very proud of myself that I am actually here because I was like, I don't feel like talking about anything at the moment. But, you know, I was just also thinking like, no, I do want to talk about the progress that I made. And also, if I do it in a couple of days, I've already made more progress. And so I haven't made a snapshot of myself in the past. I haven't made a snapshot of myself from a couple of days ago. Like, it's either now or it's never. And then I was like, yes, warrior, wow, I'm gonna talk about everything I've knit. So, having said that, let's start off strong-ish with a finished object. Okay. My socks. My what pair is this? 4th pair of socks. So okay, starting off with the specs, of course. So I knit these on 3mm needles. It's a toe up sock construction. So basically I did Judy's magic loop technique, Judy's magic cast on, I believe, and then increased, then knit, 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 then got to the heel, then did German short rows, finished that, then knit, 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 then did a double 2x2 rib, and then I did like a stretchy cast off, which I'll talk about later. Yeah, so 3mm needles, as I said. The yarn is onion number 4, 70% wool, 30% nettle fibers. The nettle fibers are kind of like a natural alternative for like the sturdiness or the durability of the sock. And the color is olive. So basically, actually I thought I basically have a lecture from my teacher from my home university, and I was waiting for that, and then I realized that it's actually in like 4 hours, so I could have done this podcast earlier, and so as a result the light has gone. So I was a bit scared in terms of like, will everyone be able to see like the colors well, because I don't know about the lighting here, but luckily I did bring I'm not gonna turn it because it's like a lot of light. I did bring this like mini light thingy so that it'll give like a better, like you can have like a clear view of the socks in that sense. Okay. Yeah, so the color is olive, and the number of that color is 836. So, how would I characterize this this sock journey? This one, the last pair that I made with yarn that I bought in the Netherlands and took with me. I would say it was actually it went quite well. It was smooth sailing. Definitely like the first. So basically, I see this as like 2 parts. First, I did like the cast on, and then I did like the foot, and then I took a break for a couple of days, and then I continued with the rest. I actually knit these simultaneously, not with like that method, right, that you have 2 socks on the same needle, but I just had like two circular needles of set of circular needles of 3mm, and so I knit them kind of like around the same time. And as you can see, like it's not completely like how would I say, the stitches are not completely equal. There are some places where you can see where I like folded the circular needles, you know, like the place where you turn essentially. I did change them over time, so sometimes there are at like different places, but yeah, so I still need to block these, so these have not yet been blocked. But what was I saying about these socks? I was talking about how the journey went. Yeah, it went pretty well. So yeah, I just like knit a couple of rows of one sock, and then I did it with the other sock, and yeah, it was actually quite nice being able to knit them simultaneously. I think I actually would like to do that more often. However, I don't think I would be really a fan of 2 socks on one needle, just because of the chance of like yarn getting mixed up, because that in general already happens with me, and that's super annoying. I can't tell you how annoying that is, but yeah, so yeah, that's this. So this is actually the first time I did, first time I did Judy's magic cast on method, where I actually like made something. I have tried the method, but I never really got past like maybe the first row of knitting, and that went quite well. I was surprised how not complicated it was. At the very least, like when I first started, I think I had the idea like, oh, okay, this is gonna be really hard, but it was actually quite fine. Same goes for the German short rows. I think that really has to do with the tutorial that I watched. Basically, I owed these socks to Very Pink Knits. She, like, I'm pretty sure I spoke about her in the previous podcast as well. She has the best knitting tutorial videos on YouTube in my opinion. They're just very, and also the song like that like it's just very, it just feels like a very welcoming place, very, very clear. Just enjoy it a lot. But yeah, as I was saying, Judy's magic cast on method I learned from Very Pink Knits. German short rows I learned from her, and then also this like very stretchy cast off method for a 2x2 rib. I am surprised like how freaking easy it is. I will leave a link. Well, I'm not too sure if I'll be able to do it at this point, because now like now I'm at episode 3 has been published at the moment, and I can't like put any links in the description box because my channel is too new, and I haven't bothered to, well, I didn't want to like use my ID to verify, so I just have to wait for like a couple of weeks so I can actually put links in the description box. But I'll put the title at the very least in the description box. Yeah, I think the only hiccup with these socks is that they are too big. So basically I kind of used the same recipe that I used for the 2 other socks that I made for myself. Surprisingly, I had them on the bed, like these 2. And for some reason these were like way looser on my leg, and so I was like, that's weird. I counted the stitches, 56 stitches, both of these socks, and I checked my notebook where I basically wrote how I make socks, and it said 56 stitches. So I was like, well then why is it so much looser? I used the same needles, I used the same yarn, why is it looser? So then I started counting the stitches on the cuff here, and I found out that it's 52 stitches that I used in general and not 56. So I have no idea why I wrote that down, but it had grave consequences that now my sock is a bit loose on my leg. And for some reason, kind of like I already noticed when I knit up till here that it was kind of loose, and then I was like, should I like adjust it? And I was like, nah, it should be fine. Like it would be weird if I like knit up till here and then I like did some decreases, and then yeah, just did some decreases, so it had like it would have a really weird shape, but it would have probably fit me better. But honestly, I don't really care. It like it does sometimes, like it basically falls down to my legs, to my ankles, especially because of the stretchy bind off, because basically these are top down, and I use just like a long tail cast on, not with double needles but with 1 needle, and so it's quite tight, and it like, well, it's fine now, but it stays on. But like, so basically what I'm trying to explain, I'm sorry, I'm I'm doing this in a very roundabout way. What I'm trying to explain is that if it would have been 52 stitches, right, then this would, like, this stretchy bind off would have been perfect. It would have like fit snugly. Or snuggly? It would have fit well, I think. But because I messed up, that was not the case. Oh well, I'm still happy with these. Worst case scenario, I'll find someone in my life who these socks fit. Well, actually, I was thinking of using them as house socks, so either one of the 2 should be fine, I think. So that's it for the onion sock saga. These are 3 of the 4 that I knit using onion number 4, and I would say I'd highly recommend this yarn. I think next time if I make socks again with this yarn, I might want to go for the fingering weight yarn, but yeah, that's way in the future. That's way in the future. Okay, so that's it for the socks. What else do I have on the menu? Oh, remember how I said that I would be focusing mainly on the frill yoke sweater by Hana Saido? Well, you've seen that I finished the socks, and that was actually like the main focus. So I ended up not doing all that much for the sweater. So basically, let me give you the basics, okay? Some refresher. So basically, I'm knitting this sweater. It's the frill yoke sweater by Hana Saido, and yeah. Oh wait, it says, my note says check previous page, so I guess I was too lazy to rewrite all the info. So basically, yeah, the book is called Kimawashi Nitto. What's the English version? On the like mix and match knitwear, and yeah, so I've been making that sweater, and so this is the body right here, which I finished, I believe, 4 podcast episodes ago, like 4 weeks ago or even longer. And the yarn that I'm using is the same as the one that Saido uses, so it's Genmo ni Chikai forest green color, forest green number 4. Basically, it's 100% merino wool from this Japanese company called Daruma, and I am using 4.5 millimeters to knit this. Yeah, so basically, first is the body, then the 2 sleeves, and then you attach them, and then you knit up, and then you do like the ribbing and the frills afterwards. So yeah, so the past 2 days, I mean, I've been working on the sleeve. So this is how far I've got with the first sleeve, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. It's a couple of increases and just a plain stockinette stitch. Yeah, I think I need maybe like 30 more rows until I have to attach it, and then I'll start working on the other sleeve. So hopefully next week you'll actually see that this and that, like, that they're attached essentially. So that's kind of like the main goal that I have, so finishing both of the sleeves. And also, I just wanted to say, basically I got this book just for this sweater because I thought it was really cute. The front didn't really look that cute, but when I was looking at the knitwear designer's Instagram, Saido, I found a picture of her, like the back, and I was like, oh, this is really cute, I want to try this. So that's why I got it, and I didn't really care all that much for the rest of the collection. This is the rest of the collection, by the way. Oh, there's like reflection from this thingy right here. Yeah, so this is the collection, and yeah, over time, looking through it, I slowly like found pieces that I'm like, oh, these are actually like really cool. So I think that I might want to make more knitwear pieces. So I want to try, okay, basically also another reason as to why I want to knit more of these is because I have started learning how to crochet, and she actually has a couple of crochet pieces in here where I'm like, you know what, I might as well just try it. So basically I got a lucky bag from this knitwear company called Proof Knitting Bird. I'll talk about them more later, but they gave me like this huge block of cotton yarn, and I was like, what do I do with this. So maybe I might actually do a couple of things, like make kind of like a tiny set. So basically this skirt, if there's enough, this pair of trousers. Well, this pair of trousers you need like something like 780 grams. So maybe even just doing that one is like more than enough. It's like finishes all the yarn. I'm pretty sure it does. And then this bag. So maybe I might just do the bag and a dress type thing. So I just have to think about it for a second. So probably if everything goes well, I should have made a video about the lucky bag that I got. Basically they got like a huge load of leftover yarn. So this is also, Proof is also a company that works with factories that have leftover yarn, and I believe they didn't have any space to stash it, so they sent an email out to all of the people who were subscribed to their newsletter, and they were like, hey guys, we've got both like winter and summer fibers, a lot of these, and we're gonna sell 2.2 kilograms of each for either 10,000 yen or 9,000 yen. So 10,000 yen is 70 euros, I believe, and 9,000 is what, 63 euros. So that's a pretty good deal, because often at times they have good quality, like the yarn is good quality. So they were like, yo, like you guys can make a reservation since you guys have subscribed to our newsletter. So I got a winter set and I got a summer set, which actually might have not been a good idea because that's a lot of yarn. That's almost 5 kilograms of yarn. Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oops, that's quite a lot. But yeah, in any case, yeah, I'm gonna try and make a video talking about all the types of yarn that I got in there, because I got quite a mix. But yeah, for the sake of this video, I got this like light bluish cotton yarn, and they gave me a huge roll of that. So I was thinking maybe I can use some of Seidol's designs to knit with those, knit and crochet with those with that yarn. So ooh, yes, I think so. I don't really know all that. Wait, this is the wrong page. Oh yeah, so actually sorry, actually there was another piece that caught my eye, and that was this one right here. I think I might have like shown it before. This one, maybe I can find a better picture of it. This one right here. So it's called Cubic Raglan Sweater, and I thought it was really cute. And I randomly got, again, some yarn from Proof, and I got it because it was a really good deal. So basically they again, like a couple of months ago, they received a huge batch of leftover merino yarn. So what they were doing, they sold 500 grams for 3,300 yen, so 21 euros. They sold 500 grams of 100% merino yarn. So I thought, hey, that's a good like deal. I might want to make like a t-shirt out of that or something like that. Ooh, my battery's almost dead. Let me just charge it. Yeah, so I thought, oh, that's a good deal. And then I think kind of like the idea for a t-shirt kind of like fell apart. And so what I ended up doing was finding that pattern, the cubic raglan sweater, and finding that, okay, so basically, and finding that I could use that yarn for that sweater. So basically, the sweater requires 480 grams, and I had 500. And the yardage was, I believe, 200 meters per 100 grams, but my merino was 400 meters per 400 grams. No, 400 meters per 100 grams. So the only thing that I needed to do was hold them together, and then I had the exact kind of like weight thing going on. So I started, I cast on. This looks like nothing at the moment. I've knit 5 rows of the sweater, that's it. So yeah, this was just kind of like to get me excited, to get me motivated as well to finish the other sweater, because I'm just going to be like, why am I having 2 sweaters? Like, why am I knitting 2 sweaters and neither of them are done? So as a motivation, and it worked actually. I started this 3 days ago, and I like doubled the length of my the sleeve of the other sweater. So it works. I mean, if it works, like. Okay. Oh, and for this project, I'm using 5mm needles, circular as per usual. I think we are actually nearing the end of the podcast. Ooh, I didn't expect that. I thought I'd have way more things to talk about. There are a couple of things that I have lying around here that I haven't really touched that much. I mean, I have the crochet project, I have like the satin top. I think the thing why I'm not picking up the satin top that easily anymore is because I kind of like called myself out for the fact that I was like, oh, an easy pattern, let me choose that. And then didn't consider that it would probably not fit the way I wanted it to fit. And now I've started the project, and I'm like, should I keep on going, or should I rip it out and start over and try and make it more fitted? So I'm still discussing that, or like going over that in my mind. So basically, yeah, maybe I can talk about it. And you see, there's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong about wanting an easy project, right? Just something to do for fun, not to like think too much. However, it should be easy and also not look bad on you when you're wearing it. Okay, so this is what I've got at the moment, right? So I don't think there's all that much stretch, but basically, well, maybe this could perhaps still work. So basically it's knit up in a straight square, and my fear is, well, I don't know, there's something about the construction that it makes, like, some places kind of like, I mean, I've seen a couple of pictures and I don't know, there's like some space. There's something about it something about the fit that didn't really feel right. But maybe I should just go with the flow and just see how far I get myself. Kind of like use my own intuition. Just to use my own intuition to see like how this eventually will work. Sorry, I got a bit distracted because my dad's calling me actually at the moment. I don't know, maybe I should pick this up. Sorry for the interruption. We're back to our regular programming. Yeah, so I think what I was saying is I should just continue and just see how it goes. And then, yeah, just kind of, I guess, just kind of wing it. Like, I've knit a lot of things, so I think at this point I should have, like, at least some basic knitter's intuition. Although I have been making a lot of mistakes, but I mean, we all keep making mistakes, like, so, yeah. Yeah, so maybe I'll try and give this another go before I, like, start ripping it out. I think that this actually might work, maybe. So, okay, that's it for this thing. Shoot. So last episode I also spoke about making some summery, like, tops and things for myself before, like, during my holiday here in Japan. And I said that I was working with this yarn, Sky Grey, from, like, Baby in the color Sky Grey, and this is from Itobatake, one of the, like, leftover yarn factory companies. And yeah, so I have been working on the design, I've been making tweaks and stuff, but I wasn't too sure if I had already, like, shown the swatch that I've made for the design. Basically, it's a very simple, like, eyelet lace pattern. I think it's, like, called quatrefoil. I don't know. I'll leave a link in the description box to, like, the name of this stitch. So yeah, I just thought it was really cute. So my idea is to make the bottom this, and then I want some ribbing for, like, support, and then I'll have a tighter on tighter needles the top area, and then I'll make it until here, and then I had, like, a sort of frill, that's the word. A kind of, like, a cute frill type design. So that's the plan for now. We'll see if anything changes. I am planning on starting this project in a couple of days, maybe even tonight, but probably the one that I am going to start tonight, or at the very least, like, start making a swatch of, is this, like, I want to make, like, a summer mesh top, like what all the young girls are wearing at the moment. It's like a mesh top here, like, it goes usually up until here, and then it's long. Ah, that was my elbow. It's long here, so long sleeves, and then, like, crop top, and then mesh. And yeah, I've been thinking a lot about, like, how am I going to make this. And so first off, I had to find yarn, and the yarn that I found is from, it's hand-dyed yarn by a Japanese person, and their company is called You and I. I'll leave a link, well, if I can, in the description box, but I don't know if they would ship outside of Japan. A lot of the companies here in Japan do not ship outside of Japan. But I got this very nice blue DK merino yarn. So the yen is really weak at the moment, which bodes well for me, because it's like things are cheaper for me at this moment here, and they're really things are really expensive in the Netherlands at the moment. But yeah, I got this for 2,800 yen, 100 grams, which is 18 euros. And I think generally, like, when I used to, like, look at, like, hand-dyed yarn, usually you'd have to pay around, like, 27 euros or something. Yeah, but, like, nevertheless still, like, expensive. But because I saved up, I like, managed to, how would you say, like, save a lot of money with the leftover scraps. I felt like I could buy a couple of like hand-dyed yarns here and there. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so the yardage is 225 meters per 100 grams. It's 100% superwash merino, and yeah, so the name on the website is Merino DK, and the number is 594. So, as for the mesh, I was looking for easy lace patterns because, let's face it, I'm not used to a lot of lace. I have made this one garment from Augustin's, I think Augustin's number 2, I made like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and that had a tiny bit of lace here and there, and I tried to incorporate some more lace at like the wrists. I made some modifications there. But that's basically all that I've done. So I didn't want to go like crazy with like very complicated lace patterns. But I found out about, I'm gonna butcher this name. Or maybe I should, wait, I was like, where's my phone? But my phone is my camera. But I have my Japanese backup phone here. So maybe I can get the correct pronunciation here. So basically what I was trying to say is there's this lace technique from a city in Russia, and if I'm right, this is the way, or if I like researched it well in these past 30 seconds, it's supposed to be pronounced as the following.
Pronouncenames.com.
Orenburg.
Okay, so Orenburg. It's a city in Russia, and they have like a specific type of like a couple of shapes. So I thought it would be fun to try out those shapes because it's basically just the way of lace knitting is just a lot of yarn overs followed by like a knit two together, something like that. So yeah, I have thought about like the pattern, what types of techniques that I would like to use. So I'm just gonna knit up a swatch, but I've been waiting for this episode actually because I just wanted to show the yarn in its form like this. And maybe this is actually a good thumbnail picture, that's why I'm like standing like still. Oh gosh, that's so cringe. It stays cringe. But I think with this I am ending the podcast episode. I want to thank you all for watching. So at the moment of filming, actually yesterday I posted on my main channel that I have a knitting channel now finally, and I just want to thank everyone for like coming over. I know this is a thank you like 2 months later, but thank you everyone for being here with me. I got like the sweetest compliment like a couple of hours ago. Someone said that I give I'm like a unique voice within the knitting community, and that's like such huge praise for me because I generally don't think of myself as unique or like that I have like special takes to give in any kind of like field within whatever it is that I do in my life or like on YouTube. So hearing that someone thinks that the ideas that I have, the way I think is refreshing to them is just like one of the best compliments I could get, I think. So yes, thank you so much for the 500, well, not 500, thank you so much for the like 450-ish subscribers. Woo! I'm really excited for this channel. I have a couple of ideas that I want to sprinkle in between the podcasts, so I think that could be fun as well. Hopefully by this time there should have been other videos up as well. So yeah, that's everything. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye. I'm such a cringe lord.